my top 5 favorite consoles of all time. At number 5, I'd go with the NES, Nintendo Entertainment System, the console that really got the console market going in North America back in 1985. From the 8 to 64-bit eras, I would say this has my favorite library on it. There are so many 2D platformer deep cuts on this console. There are over 700 North American titles on this, and a large portion of those are very, very fun to play even today. Number 4, I'd go with the Nintendo Wii. Would like to play. The entire Wii and GameCube libraries are playable on the Wii, plus this is where Virtual Console got its start, which most people seem to think is better than NSO. And I personally actually really enjoy Wii motion controls from things like Mario Kart Galaxy or Mario Kart Wii, Xenoblade Chronicles, Donkey Kong Country Returns, and there are so many franchises where the definitive version to play them is on the Wii, like Resident Evil 4 and Pikmin 2, or the first one as well. At number 3, I would go with the Sony PlayStation 2. PlayStation. You get the entire PS1 and 2 libraries, which I think there's over 7,000 NTSC games in the PS1 and 2 libraries. The PS2's library had a very good balance between creativeness, uniqueness, and art styles, and realism. Things like Devil May Cry, God of War, Shadow of the Colossus, and then Ape Escape, Katamari Damacy, Jak and Daxter, Ratchet and Clank, Sly. I could keep going. I think the DualShock 2 really upped the ante from the first one, even though it is kind of the same control. You know what? Maybe it's just the black design looks a little bit more sleek than the silver one. You know what I'm saying? And also, not to mention that back when I had this, it did actually double as a DVD player, which is why my dad loved it so much in the living room and he was fine with it. At number 2, I'd go with the Nintendo DS Lite specifically. This is the absolute best model of the DS. You have the entire DS and Game Boy Advance library in a very sleek design with a beautiful looking screen. You have a lot of NES and SNES ports because you get the whole GBA library, and then the DS library is huge, and there's so many random games on there you've never heard of that are fantastic, like Moon, which is a first-person shooter that actually looks really, really good on the DS. And number 1 is the Nintendo Switch. Call me basic, I know, but when I talk about favorite consoles, it almost always comes down to what has the best library, and to me, this has the best library of all time because of its quantity, but it's also got a lot of quality as well. I think the Switch has the best first-party Nintendo IPs of any Nintendo console. Plus the portability of it, playing things like Witcher 3, Dark Souls, or Red Dead Redemption on the go. Come on.